So is there really a quickest way to learn the notes of your fretboard? I think there is. In that way is to get comfortable with understanding that there isn't. You just had to literally sit down and put in the work. You gotta basically sit down with your instrument and go from note by note and figure it out and, try to memorize it. But is there an effective way to learn it? Yes, of course. There's always a much effective intellectual way to learn something. So the way I would recommend or tip that I'd give is to pull a fretboard chart, of course, if you're a beginner, because it could be very overwhelming. But then when you pull that fretboard chart, sit down and try to play some scales like this. And basically that will show you and teach you your notes in a linear format. Then you could do like things like octaves in a chromatic format. You go throughout the entire neck with that. Basically just sit there and learn the shape. And you could figure out, oh, this is C right here. And then if I go diagonally across over a string, then that's the octave C. So you could make those connections that will make it easier for you to learn the notes. Also, you could do it in like interval formats, like intervals of fourths. Because the bass is basically in fourths. Your bass is tuned in fourths. So every fret across each string is in fourths. So you could start to learn those kind of shapes that way. And it will help you make those connections faster, and it'll help you memorize those things quicker. The other thing here is, of course, you see all these big old blocks in the fretboard. Those are there for a reason, not just there for decoration. And it's also on the side of the neck as well. So these side markers or side dots are here for a reason. They're here to help. So definitely take the time to learn it, so that way you develop some really good habits, so that way your playing is not going this way and then your understanding of the fretboard is going this way. You don't want that to happen, because at some point it's going to be very frustrating to want to learn your notes after you could play like 10, 15 songs. Put in the work, put in the time, and you'll get there.